kitchen. My name is Beverly, and I'm joined today by my brother Steve and my sister Barbara. And on today's episode of Cooking with Love, we're going to be showing you our grandma's version of pierogi. Now, pierogi is a filled dumpling.
My grandmother would always make them for special occasions or for holidays. It's a Slovak recipe we're going to be doing. She made them as a special treat or during Lent when we couldn't have meat on Fridays.
You can put a variety of different fillings into the pierogi. The ones that we're going to show you today are filled with potato and cheese. One of the favorite ones that we have is one that's filled with sauerkraut and mushroom, and that's traditionally served around Christmas time. And then you can fill it with other things too. My father's favorite type of pierogi was filled with prune, or a prune mix. And you can really use your imagination. There's many different varieties of fillings that you can use for pierogi. All right, are we ready to get started?
Yes. The ingredients to make our potato mixture are russet potatoes, which are going to boil and then peel, minced onion, which we're going to saute in some butter, shredded cheddar cheese, some turmeric, some salt, and some black pepper. We're going to start the onions, melting the butter over medium heat. And then we're going to be sauteing our onions until they become soft and translucent, and put them aside to cool to add to our potato mixture, which we're going to peel and then mash. We're going to peel the rest of the potatoes, taking the skin off. Once they're cooled or almost cooled, skin should come off very easily for you. And put it in with the rest of our potatoes. We're going to start now and mash our potato mixture together. So we're going to put our potatoes in, our shredded cheddar cheese, our sauteed onion in the butter, our turmeric, salt, and pepper. And now we mash. Okay, as we mash, and if you see that your mixture is a little bit stiff, you can add either some potato water or you can use some milk to get the consistency that you want, like a mashed potato. This is the consistency that you want. So now we're going to put this aside.
The ingredients to make our dough are all-purpose flour, water, whole milk, eggs, and salt. Today I'm going to be using a stand mixer. In the old days, Grandma always kneaded the dough by hand. The first step to making our dough is to scald milk and water together. Now we're going to heat this in. This is where we want it. Milk is just about ready to come to a boil. We'll turn it off and we're ready to start our dough. We're going to start by putting about half the flour in our mixing bowl. And I'll start these going. We're going to add the salt, the eggs, Now that our egg has been fully mixed in, we're going to start alternating our milk and water mixture with the rest of the flour and incorporate it to make a fine dough. Our dough has been kneading about 2 minutes. It's all come together. So now we're ready to put it on our cutting board, knead it and let it rest.
Our dough has been resting for about 15 minutes now. I'm going to roll it out and we're going to start making our pierogi. The pierogi are made with a circular form. Now I'm using a biscuit cutter here. You could also use the top of a glass if you want, or the lid of a coffee pot. It has to be 3 to 4 inches in diameter. The other thing that we have that we're going to use is a specialized pierogi maker. And I'll show you how this works. We're going to take a sheet of dough, put it on here. You use this to form the pockets. Then you put another sheet of dough after you fill them and roll it out with the rolling pin, and you'll get 6 pierogis at once out of it. It makes it go a little bit quicker. But first I'm going to show you how to do it with a biscuit cutter. Just going to make sure it's floured well. And you want to roll it out. It's going to be about 1/8 of an inch thick. All right, and this piece we can reuse. Now I'm going to get the potato filling, and I'll show you how to fill these. All right, this is our potato mix. We're going to take about a tablespoon of the potato. We place that here. And then we're going to stretch the dough over it. I'm crimping this really well. And that's one pierogi done. Now, after we form our pierogis, we're going to boil them first in some salted water. They're done after they float to the surface, and we'll keep them in the, after they float, we keep them in the hot water for about another 2 minutes. You can then eat the pierogi, the boiled pierogi, as is with a little bit of butter and onion. Or you can place the boiled pierogi into a frying pan and saute them with butter and onion. A lot of people do like them fried after they've been boiled, but some people prefer them just plain boiled. I've rolled out 2 sheets of this dough. I use this sizing for the template, and I'm just going to trim the sheet to match the size. Leaving a little bit of an edge. All right, now we're going to take our mold. We put the first sheet of dough on it. And we're going to just stretch it a little bit to make sure it's over the edges. Good. Now, we use this to create the pockets. Just press down firmly. All right, and now we're just going to put a little bit of our dough mixture in each pocket. All right, we take the other sheet, place it over the top, press it down loosely, and then using the rolling pin, this will seal and cut our pierogi out. All right, and there we have it, our 6 pierogi ready to be boiled.
I'm sauteing butter and onion in a frying pan, and I'll add just a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. And we're going to let that saute down until the onions are transparent, so they'll be ready to put with the pierogi.
We're going to boil the pierogi now. Put them in salted water. And once they raise to the top, we're going to let them cook for approximately 2 minutes. They floated to the top for 2 minutes now. I'm going to take them out. Now these can be served as is, or with melted butter and sauteed onion on top, or they can be fried now with butter and onion and served with a little dollop of sour cream. Okay, now the second batch of pierogi we're going to fry with onion and butter, and we're going to let them go until they become crispy.
All right, we finished making all our pierogi. We just decided just to taste test this to see how they came out and enjoy the fruits of our labor. Delicious.
Very good. And we're serving them with butter and onion. It really complements the flavor of the potato and the cheese.
The dough is nice and light. The filling is delicious.
Now, if you wish, you can freeze the pierogi before they get boiled, and then just throw them in frozen into boiling water. You'll need to cook them for a few extra minutes, but it's a convenient way to make a batch and store them for future use.
It'd be perfect for Easter.
So we made enough that our families will enjoy pierogi this Easter. Well, we'll see you on the next episode of Cooking with Love.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.